Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us this Wednesday. I'm Jeanelle. Slade. Jay is off tonight. For the second time this year, President Donald Trump will come to Montana. Back in July, Air Force One touched down in Great Falls as Trump campaigned for Republican Senate candidate Matt Rosendale. And now he'll do a rerun here in Billings. Indeed, the president will take center stage for the second Montana rally in just 2 months. MTN's chief political reporter Mike Dennison has details about his visit.
It's not even been 2 months since President Trump held a campaign rally in Great Falls for Republican U.S. Senate candidate Matt Rosendale. But the White House announced late Wednesday that Trump will be back in the Treasure State for another campaign-style rally, this time in Billings next Thursday, September 6th. The president will be at Metro Park at 7 p.m., and the public is invited to attend. Doors will open at 4 p.m. at the Rimrock Ottawa Arena, and tickets will become available as they did for the Great Falls event, through a website set up by the White House. Trump's visit to Billings next week doesn't come as a complete surprise. Earlier this month, the White House let it be known the president is planning a big campaign push before the midterm elections in November, particularly in states with competitive U.S. Senate races. Republicans hold a 50-49 edge in the Senate, but Democrats are defending plenty of seats in states that Trump won in 2016. One of those, of course, is Montana, where Trump rolled up a 20-point win, and where Democratic U.S. Senator Jon Tester is up for re-election. Tester is on the list of potentially vulnerable Democratic state incumbents this year, and just about everyone is expecting a tight race this fall between Rosendale and Tester. President Trump's visit next week is another push that he hopes can make the race go his way. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
And the Tester campaign welcomed Trump back to Montana, but it said it's unfortunate the rally is a partisan political event with no opportunity to discuss real issues facing Montana. Former Montana U.S. Senator Max Baucus worked with Senator John McCain in Washington for nearly 3 decades. In that time, they got to know each other quite well. Baucus took a few minutes today to sit down with MTN News and look back on the legacy of John McCain.
John spoke his mind. John sometimes had a little bit of a temper. And to be honest, one time I walked up to him about something on the Senate floor. I've forgotten what it was. I just remember his reaction. Oh, he blew up at me. He had lost his temper. And I thought to myself, Max, what did you do to deserve this? My gosh, I didn't do anything wrong here. Oh, he was angry with me. And I could not figure out why. I walked away and I sat down next to another senator on the Senate floor, and I said, you know, that guy's not qualified to be president. He just flies off the handle too much. And the senator I was talking to said, boy, that's right. He does too much of that. Well, another time I talked to him, similar, and he got angry again. But then oh, Max, come back, come back. You could tell he was trying to get a hold of his temper. He was trying to do what's right. He apologized for both instances. And so he had his own firm views, sometimes a bit stubborn. But when presented with facts, he'd back off and say, no, I made a mistake, did the wrong thing. But he was passionate.
Last question then. Were you surprised by any of the comments that were made in that letter that he had read after his passing?
No, that's quintessential John. That's John McCain. Honor, duty, strive to serve your country, serve your state and the country, the nation. It's just he was so driven to public service for our country, and his honor, his code of honor, his badge of honor, it's a military code of honor. It was in his DNA, and that came through in the statement. He also was very touched, frankly, when he talked about his mistakes. He said, you know, I sometimes make a lot of mistakes. Well, we know we all do, but he was not above saying that he'd make a lot of mistakes, because too many people don't admit that they make mistakes. John did.
If you could, in just a couple words, describe his legacy.
It's going to be what public service should be. It's a noble pursuit, public service. It's honorable. And I'm hoping that people, when they think of John, see somebody who was honorable, who was honest, who said what he thought was right, and what he thought was right was, in his view, always for the public good. Not for personal gain or interest, but for the public good.
Max Baucus will attend this weekend's funeral service for Senator McCain at the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. Presidents George W. Bush and Barack Obama will speak at the service. President Trump will not attend. West Nile virus claims its first victim in Montana since 2016. An elderly Yellowstone County man has died. Riverstone Health reports as of this evening there are 19 confirmed human cases of the virus in Montana across 8 counties. Only certain mosquitoes carry West Nile, and it's spread to people through bites. 4 out of 5 people infected actually have no symptoms and usually do not require treatment. Riverstone Health cites the 4 Ds to prevent mosquito bites. The first, using insect repellent containing DEET, drain standing water if possible, and take extra precautions during dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. And finally, your dress. Wear protective clothing like long sleeves when outside. A traffic stop by a Wyoming Highway Patrol trooper turns into the seizure of more than 1,800 pounds of marijuana. The pickup pulling a flatbed trailer was stopped near milepost 361 on Interstate 80 on Tuesday. During a commercial vehicle inspection, a drug detection dog alerted the trooper to narcotics on the trailer. Troopers searched and discovered 1,849 pounds of marijuana. The estimated street value, $7.3 million. Well, some changes in store for one of Billings' oldest breweries. In July, new owners took over Yellowstone Valley Brewing, and as they knock down the current layout and build new walls, there's a good chance you'll experience a different feel the next time you enter the garage pub. However, the nostalgia and the beer are set to stay the same.
We are taking an existing brewery and remodeling it. It's going to enable us to make more beer and can that beer.
Well, we want the same feeling that was prior at Yellowstone Valley Brewing. That's what everybody came to love here, but also just a cleaned up feel, a little bit more modern, the beer's slightly updated and the music and sound updated. I would say that it was kind of the main place where local bands could come in, cut their teeth a little bit, get in front of some crowds, feel pretty good about it before moving up to larger venues. This is a portion of Billings that Billings can't afford to lose, especially the music portion of it. There's lots of beer out there, and I know we're going to make great beer, but there's a music side of it too that would be lacking if this venue went away in Billings.
And we've opened it up a lot. You know, we've torn down an old cooler that kind of blocked the stage. We took down a partial wall that kind of broke up the room out there. It will be Yellowstone Valley Brewing. We are keeping that name, and we're doing some things with the logo and design of some of the things, and we probably are going to change some of the beers up. The one beer that probably is our flagship beer is the Black Widow Stout. It will be there forever. We've opened the space up, but we really haven't changed the same old garage feel of it, and I think people are going to enjoy and see that when they come back in. We start selling again on site.
And the new owners say jobs will be created with their new business venture, with more staff for the distilling operations and 3 full-time brewers. They hope to open in late fall of 2018. The renovations in all will cost roughly $70,000. Coming up on tonight's 5:30 News, some Montana kids getting ready for school today get a special greeting from the other side of the world. We'll show you. And in sports, Scott takes a trip down memory lane to when he caddied 20 years ago for Leslie Spalding at the Women's British Open.
Temperatures today hit our average at 82 degrees, but it felt anything but average out there. We'll talk about how long the nice weather will last with the forecast in a few minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire and sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.